baby, and just come outside. We're gonna take you on a beautiful ride. The Fling Show, the Fling Show, the Fling Show, the Fling Show, the Fling Show.
International as we talk to our guest Christiane. She is the mother of Pele the Parrot, and we met her at the workshop, the Women Empowered workshop last weekend, and learned that she has some connections in Brazil, and we're going to be interviewing Andriano Medola, and he is from Brazil but he's in Canada, and he's talking about an event coming up. He's organizing a first PDJ event there in Brazil. The Fling Show. 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 Tonight on the show, we'll also have our Austin representative, Chrissy B. Fountain, and she's a fellow Gorilla teammate. She'll be interviewing FBO touring champion Lisa Fajkus. She's also a fellow Gorilla teammate, as she comes off of a great win down in Sugarland at the Sugarland Showdown Extravaganza Spectacular, a Gorilla and Innova champion event. The Fling Show. The Fling Show.
Hey, we are here with the Fling Show. We're back at you on our Monday night, and have we a show for you tonight. Oh my goodness. We've got the vibes going here with David, and guys, I am so excited. The season has started, and it's hot. It's so hot. We've got some awesome guests for you tonight. But real quick, I want to let you know that Women's Global event dropped their dates. So May 8th, May 9th, check out your local club. There'll be a Women's Global event in your area. So super excited. And let me introduce to you Chrissy. You may know her, Chrissy Fountain. Let's bring her on right now. Hey, girl.
Hey, Meredith. How are you?
Good. Oh, so exciting to watch y'all this weekend.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chrissy. They're working me out right now. Anyways, welcome on to the show tonight. We're so excited to talk to you, and I know that we have a big guest tonight as well. So that if you'd like to share with us all.
Yeah, definitely. So we played in the Sugarland Showdown this weekend, and I'm very excited to bring on to the show tonight the FPO champion of that event. She is my Gorilla Disc Golf and Team Groundbound teammate, the one and the only Miss Lisa Fajkus. Hi, Lisa.
Hey, Chrissy. How are you? Hey, guys.
Good. Hey, thank you so much for hopping on with us. We appreciate it. And ready to be here. Ask you a couple of questions. So first and foremost, congrats on your win on Saturday. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about that day. It was crazy windy.
Hey, real quick, Lisa, will you turn your phone?
I'll take
Yeah.
it. I got it.
You want me to turn it up and down?
No, we got it.
We got it.
Never mind, we got it.
Oh, we
Thank
do?
you.
Okay, we got it.
All right.
You guys are the best.
Sorry, Christy, go ahead.
Yeah, no,
you're good.
So yeah, we played the Sugarland Showdown on Saturday, and it was an awesome event. The wind was crazy. We started the round at 11:08 and late morning, sorry. But the wind was like 20 miles an hour. It was like some of the heaviest wind I've ever played in. So it was insane because there was a ton of OB, and the baskets were not the most friendly at catching. So you had to like be really touchy around the basket and the tee box even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. We were lucky to have Lucky Ace Discs out there doing some post-production video coverage for us. So a little bit down the line, you guys will definitely get the opportunity to see what Lisa's talking about with the baskets being touchy, because I've never seen so many spit outs in one tournament in my entire life. So that was crazy. So yeah, tell us, I guess, a little bit about what you've been up to this off season, how you've been training and all that stuff.
Just trying to watch my diet and make sure I'm getting a good amount of exercise. I know that sounds pretty like normal, but just make sure I'm like moving every day, getting sunshine, and doing a lot of putting as much as I can. Try to get in a lot of repetition on the putting green, and kind of try to keep up daily if I can, or every other day, and just make sure I'm getting a lot of practice in. But beyond that, just trying to stay fit.
Awesome. Hammy, Meredith, you guys got any questions for Lisa?
I do. I was wondering about, first of all, it's great to be considered to be on the same team as you. I really appreciate it. It's good to have this opportunity to ask you a couple of questions. About the Gorilla custom designs and the custom artwork. Is there anything that you're doing custom wise that you'd like to promote, or you can talk about that later? But I was just interested in the new plastic that has come out, the in color designs stuff. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, there's some really cool in color artwork that we're actually doing a series of, and this is the second of that series. And so that hasn't dropped yet. It's going to drop soon on the Gorilla Disc Golf website, which hasn't launched just yet. So look out for that in the next several weeks to a month or so. And my discs will be for sale on that website. And those are going to come in 3 different molds in the full color version, a Rock 3, a Strike, and a Destroyer. So beautiful discs. Skeet did that up for us, and couldn't be happier, with the detail and the gorgeous color. It really pops.
I love it.
Thank you.
I had a little preview of it and how exciting it was. But I have to be honest, I want to take it back to the Sugarland. I thought at first I'd be so sad I didn't get to play it, but it was so thrilling to watch it from my phone at work, watch y'all's live scoring. Was there a particular disc that you stayed so consistent with? Because I saw you pretty much say the same, and I was really impressed. So was it like a specific disc?
Yeah, I was leaning on a couple discs, both in the Halo variety, which added a little bit of stability, which I definitely needed all of that in the headwind, or I feel like, just headwind every direction, but just to fight the wind. I was throwing Halo Race and a Halo Savant, both max weight. And I felt like I can really trust those flights in the headwind. And with all the OB out there, I really wanted my disc to stay true to its flight. So I was definitely throwing those over and over again.
Makes sense, yeah. All right.
Yeah, cool. I haven't had a chance to play in Sugarland. How would you describe the course, and what were the baskets you guys were putting on?
Chrissy, do you know the name of those baskets? I can't remember what they're called.
I honestly don't know the name of them, but they're kind of like those. just like those kind of cheapy baskets that you would find like at a like city park that out of the blue, you know,
like from the 90s. It's kind of like old,
Yeah.
like yeah, I forgot like kind of what that basket style is called, so I don't want to like call it the wrong thing.
Mach 5. Now, I think there's only 10 or 12 baskets that are actually out there, and they add on to 21. I think I'm
10 is permanent. But as for the course goes, it's got a lot of character, really fun course. I've only played the tournament layout, so it's actually quite different in the original layout, I believe. But lots of string, lots of like lots of OB to deal with. But beyond that, the holes are generally around 300, give or take, maybe a little under. So a lot of birdie holes. It's 21 hole layout. And a lot of fun holes. Like I said, a lot of character, just kind of a few island holes. But yeah, some ace runs even. So a lot of fun stuff out there. There's a few holes even where you can really unload and throw off kind of a high rise area and a little bit of elevation to deal with. And it's pretty fun. I enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
It definitely plays through like a softball field complex. And so they utilized like the dugouts and even the outfields as, you know, OB obstacles and tunnel shots. And yeah, it was wild. There was definitely some unique holes out there. And then we got to hole 19 in the second round where we had a 5-card backup. That was nuts.
That was rough.
Yeah, that was that we were still, the MP40 guys were still teeing off when we walked up. So we basically got to watch the entire MPO division tee off. So it was quite a long wait. So Lisa, how's your 2021 schedule shaping up? You going to be pretty much all over the place this year?
Definitely an exciting year to be on tour. Just excited to hit up the big events again, kind of like all the pro tour events, the national tour events, the majors, things like that. I'm basically going to be on that kind of a tour. So starting in Vegas, basically for the big one, but I do have Victoria coming up next weekend. So I'm super excited about that in Texas, but yeah, of course, Vegas, Waco, and the Texas swing coming up. And then the Midwest and back out to the West Coast after that. So yeah, the tour is here just around the corner, and I'm super excited. Just I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know, giddy, trying to get ready, you know, just like everyone else.
I know after last year and all the coronavirus stuff, putting everything on hold, I know that we're all chomping at the bits to get back to some sense of normalcy on the pro circuit this year for sure. So I'm excited to be joining you for some of those tournaments, and I can't wait. Hemi, Meredith, you got any other questions? I have one more, but I'm going to save it.
Yeah, just real quick. I mean, you know, you said everybody's kind of jumping into it. I know a lot of people from not within the PDGA and, you know, just people from everywhere are dropping in to the sport. Do you like doing those workshops, those teaching moments? That's something that I've seen that you're really active in. So I was just kind of curious.
I definitely, if people want to listen to what I have to say, I definitely enjoy giving my advice on topics and teaching, especially about putting. But I've been playing long enough where I even have some good backhand tips and things like that. But yeah, I enjoy helping and coaching newer players, but especially one-on-one. In like a big clinic setting, you don't get that intimate as easily with everyone, but yeah, I enjoy the one-on-one kind of like coaching if people have like questions and things like that.
Yeah, it's a gift. It's definitely a gift. Not everybody can be a great teacher, so it's good that you're out there. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, of course. Anytime.
Do you have any more of those scheduled for our area? Postal class?
Yeah, I mean, I actually have a little bit of nothing in the Houston area but besides that, next week on Tuesday, I'm doing a little clinic in Austin at Zilker Park. We're having like another little fundraiser day out there on a flex start. So that's coming up, and a little bit of a putting clinic in the evening as well. So I'm looking forward to that in the Austin, Texas area. on Tuesday of next week.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Love it.
Well, my last question for you. Well, I guess 2 more questions, but my first question is Socks going to be traveling with you this year?
Definitely. I forgot to bring her. She's hanging out inside, but I'm in my van right now. But yeah, Socks is she can't wait to get back on tour.
That's awesome. You guys look like y'all had so much fun traveling together. And I bet it was like awesome for you to just, have that like constant companionship. I know that that's definitely like a bonus to have on tour, even though in the form of an animal, sometimes that's better than having another human, right?
Yeah, it's a new responsibility being a cat mom on the road, but I embraced it and I enjoyed it. And, we grew closer and she saw things she would have never seen before. And it was pretty cool to see her get her feet wet and experience new things. And it seems like she really had a liking towards it and kind of like made her more spunky and seems like young at heart again. So I'm happy for her.
Well, I know that me, I, for one, and everybody that I talk to on social media love to see the pictures and the videos of Socks going on tour with you. So definitely keep that up this year because we love it. So yeah, before we hop off, just give you the opportunity to shout out any sponsors or any last minute tidbits that you want to add in.
Yeah, of course. Got to start with Innova Champion Disc. I mean, my big sponsor there. Thank you, Innova. My Tour Series Disc 2021. It just dropped like right before this interview. So go check that out. There should be some still for sale on the Innova Factory website. So that's really exciting. It's a Star Strike in the 165 to 169 gram category. So yeah, it's one of my favorite distance drivers. So check that out. Thank you, Innova. I got Pound on my back again. They're awesome supporters. Check out Pound Disc Golf Packs, Groundbound. They've been with me out of Texas. Awesome knee pads. I've got Throw Pink. Thank you for your support. Also, Tree Love out of Dallas. They're awesome. I'm going to have some custom Tree Love items coming out. Another Tree Love hat, not this one, but something else similar coming out this year. Maybe some shirts as well. And Gorilla Disc Golf, thank you. Awesome sponsors. Just had that great fundraiser event in Houston just a couple days ago. So yeah, Flight Towel is my last sponsor out of Portland. And they're awesome. So check them out, flighttowel.com, 1T in the middle. Great towels. So yeah, thank you to all my sponsors. Can't wait to be out on tour for 2021. It's going to be a great season.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and hope we can catch up with you again soon.
Hi, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Thanks. Wow.
That was incredible again. Why we are so lucky to have such a group of beautiful lady players. It's amazing. Thank y'all so much for what y'all have done, and thank Lisa for coming on as well. Quite incredible.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa.
So now we get to move on a little bit into the show, and before we get to our next guest, there's a little thing that Hemi's been doing, which I'm pretty excited about. It's the card that he wants to get put out, which is kind of gives everyone an idea of what disc golf is about, how things go about with disc golf, and some of the etiquette that you use while you're playing. And I know we've talked about this before. I'm gonna make it real quick and short. I learned something yesterday that I need to pass on, and I'm always one to harp on, and we kind of talk about how other people's emotions and how they play tend to affect the group. And sometimes when you play with somebody, sometimes who gets extremely agitated or mad, it can affect the group in which you play in. Well, yesterday I learned a hard lesson. I learned it a strange way. I played around, and for every player who plays anything that you know that you're playing a league round, a sanction round, a tournament round, any round, it's your responsibility to know what? It's your responsibility to know the layout, the time you're supposed to be there, the tee where you're supposed to tee off at, etc. Right? Those things are your responsibility. Well, yesterday I ended up playing a round with friends, right? But it's still a league round, and I teed off on a hole thinking that, hey, this is where we're shooting, and after everybody shot, I thought still that's where we're shooting. So I shot. Then the second shot I threw happened to land right next to the basket, and everyone on the card didn't realize that I did not realize that that was not the basket we were shooting at. And I got mad inside. I didn't say anything, but you know me, I kind of just shut off and got mad, and it was internalized, and I could just feel myself about to explode. And it lasted a hole. It lasted throughout that hole, and it even lasted into the next hole. But then I remembered something that you and I had talked about, and I can't sit there and say that if I have a problem with somebody playing mad and affecting the group, then I cannot do the exact same thing. Especially once I realized that while they were very apologetic for not saying, hey, that's the wrong hole, dummy, you know, which they did. We were very nice to say that, but I realized it wasn't their responsibility in the end. And my madness affected them. And I was mad at the wrong person. I should have been mad at myself. And so I realized 2 holes after, or 1 hole after, that it was my fault. And I hopefully try to get out of that funk, and I hopefully got the guys that I was playing with out of that funk as well. So, you know, I just learned a tough lesson. So I want to apologize to Sloth, Matt, Buddy, and Rob. You know, you got to preach what you practice. You got to practice what you preach, and it's a tough lesson. But for everybody out there, just remember, it's not your card's responsibility, it's your responsibility. Don't get mad at them, even though at that time I did. It's a hard lesson learned. But on to more positive things, because that's my little thing of kind of just clearing my soul a little bit and cleansing a little bit, because I felt so bad afterwards, because like I said, you affect other people's rounds, and I may have affected the way that they played for the rest of the round because they felt bad about it. So, you know, it's a lesson learned on my side. So
I would have shot 10 down otherwise.
yeah, it was my fault that Matt lost.
Matt,
So I do apologize, though. I seriously do. But anyway, on to fun things. But now, as I thought that we were going down south, which I thought that's where Brazil was, unfortunately, we're not. Brazil, Canada is the next destination, which is even stranger. Is that how this works? We're in Canada now? Well, anyway, though, Hemi, who we got this evening? What's going on for our second part of the show? I can't wait. It's international. Woohoo!
That's right. Okay, all the way down south in
Canada.
Yeah, Canada somewhere. We have Andriano Medola, and Christiane's going to bring him on.
We met her last weekend chasing her parrot Pele, and just hit it off. Had a good time, and we did the interview, and we got part of the show that week, and it was really fun. But we talked about actually helping out and trying to figure out how we can get disc golf going in Brazil, and it's a big place. So knowing that, and then knowing her heart for teaching, and I know she teaches health and dance, I think, in a fitness class,
Thai boxing.
And anyway, so we wanted to bring her back on and talk about it. And then she said she had this friend, Adriano, who's doing some big stuff down south. So
in Brazil.
So welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome.
Christiane.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very nice seeing you guys again. Long time. This time, at least, I'm not chasing a bird in the parking lot.
Yeah, right. And we understand he's sleeping, so he can't be with you. So we're not going to be as interesting as we could be. But anyway, it's good that he's getting his beauty rest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's amazing. Like I keep telling my wife the story, and hopefully it came across a little bit in that earlier video. It's just amazing how we met. And sometimes things like that just happen for a reason. And one thing that I know that him had expressed to you when we had spoken to you at that clinic is that our love for the disc golf community, our love to grow the sport, to make people famous in disc golf, to help out as much as possible. And we really liked what you were saying about growing the sport. Not only were we intrigued the fact that you teach a group of 70-year-old ladies who you have your own disc golf group with to go out and play on a weekly basis, along with the teaching the Thai boxing and other those things, that you give your time and effort to people to help grow the sport. And then you interjected that thing about that while Brazil is much larger than the state of Texas, you still only had very few courses there. So a goal of yours and a passion of yours was to build the sport. And that's something that we are really about here at the Fling Show. So if you might kind of let our viewers in about what it is that you're really looking to do moving forward.
So I met Adriano. You guys say Adriano, we say Adriano. I met him.
I can't say either, so
Adriano. I met him online, and he's been doing so much things to Brazil. Like I say, we say uma andorinha não faz verão. I don't know how you guys translate that. It's like one bird can make the summer. So he's doing an amazing job. But I think if we can help, would be very appreciated, because he has, I don't even know how much he has done to Brazil. But like when I started, even my family, my friends, they're like, how do you play this? I was gonna send my dog there so they can catch the discs. I was like, no, that's not how you play.
No pay.
So I don't think there's too many people. We have a WhatsApp group that is a Brazilian WhatsApp group, and we have about 30 people, 25 maybe Brazilians in the group. And I think that's how the people that play disc golf in Brazil, that knows about disc golf, and probably Andriano is the one that taught them and then showed to them what disc golf is. In my side, I said, I want to go to Brazil and help to grow the sport there, but I have to start in my community first. So what I did, I love to teach. And like Hemi said, I'm kind of like a guru for the ladies. So I think
spill the beans.
Yeah, don't spill the beans. So they ask me, how do you play disc golf? Can you teach us? So I took a group of 7 ladies to the course, and some stick with. So we have 5 ladies right now that really stick with. Some they come, sometimes they don't, other times, but they love it because it's not like a very strenuous sport.
Yeah.
And they can walk. They say, I'm walking a lot. I have my watch. I have some too that counts how many steps you did, how many miles you walked. And they're like, I have been walking like a mile now, and I didn't even feel that I'm walking. So we are doing a good job. It's just like when it's cold, like right now it's a little bit cold, and they don't like too much the cold weather. And I think I think in the spring will grow even more here. And I feel if I grow in my community, I'll be able to do something in Brazil too, because I'm a beginner too. So I can't teach what I don't know. I know like the very basic, but Adriano is like a Brazilian representative. He already played international disc golf. So I think you can talk to him about and see what's his mind on.
Yeah. Well, my question is, how did you discover disc golf?
Well, welcome to the show. First off, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. I'm on already, huh?
Yeah, you're on.
You're on the whole time anyway, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Hey guys.
Sorry, we cut you out. I was just curious how you got your start. How did you discover disc golf in Brazil? Is that where you?
I was in Canada when I discovered the disc golf here, and I was just having some friends over in my house, and we were playing some video games. And the guy was like, "Hey, we played that here, in the park. Let's take you guys there." And we went there, and it was super fun, and I was hooked in the first throw. It was a really fun sport. I was playing soccer in Vancouver, and it is really hard. Soccer, you need a lot of people to play, and disc golf really got me because you can just go with a couple friends and have fun in the park. So I really liked about it.
Well, give us an idea of what what disc golf is at its stage right now in Brazil. If you had to kind of give us an idea of what is going on there currently, how many courses, stores that sell the disc, players maybe?
There's no stores, unfortunately. I bring discs from Canada, and I was able to get a good deal with this Canadian company called Daredevil Discs. I don't know if you guys ever heard about it.
I have not. Daredevil? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, it's a Canadian disc golf company. They do really good discs, actually, but they're not very good advertising, I guess. But
Well, I had that logo. I saw that logo. I didn't know that. I kind of pulled that from your photos and put that in the montage, that logo. I thought that was just a thing for your tournaments.
No, that is the association logo, the Disc Golf Brazil.
Oh,
this
cool.
is our,
Okay.
yeah.
Very nice.
I'm not on
So we were able to get discs at $10, so I can bring here and get Brazilians some affordable discs, because currently the dollar is very expensive for Brazilians, you know, and it becomes a really hard to get discs here, and for regular people to buy some piece of plastic, it's actually not worth it.
Well, I think that we can solve that issue fairly quickly here. That's not a problem. I think we can get boxes of discs to get sent to you. I mean, just to get people started. I can tell you right now, people that are watching the show will be happy to do that. And if it's all paying freight, I think we might be able to do something. If it's just getting you to put people's hands on discs. God,
that helps for sure.
But the freight is what is so expensive. Sometimes, like, it's more expensive than you buy a box of discs. Right? The freight is
more expensive.
Yeah,
right. But it's got to start somewhere. I mean,
to start somewhere.
That cannot be the reason why you don't have discs. I mean, there are plenty of other options that we could, we got to try. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the effort. It's not about the mountain that you got to climb. It's just that you got to start climbing it sometime.
Yeah. And I discovered disc golf about 10 years ago. And every time I would come back to Brazil, like every year or so, I would bring a lot of donation discs that I'd get from our club in Vancouver, which really helped the project a lot. We brought hundreds of discs, donated discs, and that's how we get it affordable, because I could actually bring it in my luggage.
You hand delivery.
It really helps. And there's other companies in Canada too called Ace Runners, who actually helped too with new discs. And we go with that, but to get it to send from there to Brazil, then it becomes a little harder. And when it gets here, sometimes they get taxed on top of it too, which is not very fair.
Is it because they think that you're going to be selling it? But what if it was a gift, something that was just being given?
Yeah, if it's brand new, they think we're going to sell it.
Well, yeah.
Gotcha.
It. So were you involved in the design of this course? And how did you obtain the baskets for that? That must have been expensive.
So when I started, I couldn't find anything about disc golf in Brazil, so I started making this Facebook group, the page. So I got people coming and asking about it, and then I found out the PDGA had grants for it, the Marco Polo program. So we have these people that are, hey, we have this great place here, and can you help us building some baskets? So I talked to PDGA. I made all the thing for the Marco Polo, and PDGA was able to give us the grant, and we were able to pay the baskets.
Something good.
Sweet.
Awesome.
What kind of basket
really nice.
did you get?
They gave us $3,000 to make the baskets.
Okay.
So they were made in Brazil, the baskets?
They were made in Brazil.
Are those some of the pictures that you have you've got some pictures of baskets in your portfolio of photos. Are some of those the baskets that you're speaking to?
Yeah, I have many pictures from all around
Yeah,
the
you got
world
lots
there.
of pictures.
There's definitely pictures from our baskets there.
Both of y'all have lots of pictures. Trust me, I was going back and I was like, oh God, y'all look like you're 9 years ago or something. Like, too young.
But yeah, the baskets are not PDGA approved, but we are able to do C-tier tournaments on them.
Okay. Now, how about the land? How did y'all come to being able to use the property for these courses? Course.
It's called it's gated community, basically. So it's a huge piece of land with many houses on it. It's about 800 houses.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 2 big parks. And we talked to the managing group of the gated community, and we were able to figure out where to put the baskets. There are some places on the park where we can't touch it because of the reservation and forest.
The wildlife and plants.
Yes.
And, yeah, right.
But the park is beautiful, and it's a really nice course. I think everybody should come here and play this jam.
Well, you've already talked to us, and we're there. We just need a place to stay. We're there to go. We can come.
That's no problem, too.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Well,
So Adriano created Brazil Disc Golf Brazil Association too, and we have a website, and he, like I say, he's like a one-band man.
What's the name of the website? So we can put that up later on in the for the show.
Yes, it's discgolfbrazil.org, and Brazil with S.
Right.
In English is Z.
My wife was looking at me when I spelled it. She goes, "Are you sure that's not spelled with a Z?" And I go, first and foremost, I'm looking at 2 Brazilians' web pages, and it says S on there.
In Brazil,
they know how to spell it.
It's confirmed.
Exactly.
So I made sure of that. But I'm really terrible at speaking and spelling, so I have to be careful. But anyway, that is so impressive what you've done. Incredible there. She said that when we first talked to Christiane, they said that there was 2 courses that are there. Are you responsible for both of them?
I think there's one 8-hole course in the south of Brazil. How did they get there? I don't know, because it's in another state and they have another course there. And they just did, for this tournament that they just had it, they had in a private property, one of the guys that played, he built a 9-hole course, and they borrowed from the neighbors, like their property, and they built the other 9 holes in the neighbors' properties. But I think it's not like it's just a temporary course, right, Adriano?
Yeah, the other 9 is temporary, but the actual 9 is a permanent course there. So we have actually 2 courses in São Paulo state, which is the Colinas do Piracicaba, the one that I got the Marco Polo grant, and this one in São Pedro, which is this guy named Cairo Fracassi, which is really talented. He just won the actual Disc Golf Brazil 2021 tournament we just hosted. It's a really good kid and really loves disc golf. And it's nice to see people that are actually never got in touch with disc golf outside of Brazil and really making it happen too in Brazil.
Are there any other American courses or groups that in your area that y'all co-play? I mean, you said you had the Brazilian championships. I mean, is there Colombian championships? Is Argentinian championships? Are there things like that in South America that you attend?
No, but we actually helped the Argentinian guys with information only, and they actually came to Brazil to play one of our tournaments in 2019 and 17 too. So it's really fun to see people all over the world coming to play our course. 2017, we had people from Australia, Argentina, Colombia, Germany. 2019, we had Finland. The country coordinator called Tapani Alu. He came down and he won the tournament in 2019. He's a really good player. We had people from
not familiar
we
with
had
the
people
name,
from Iceland. We had Americans.
there. In Finland, there's a lot of good players, and we discovered
it was really nice to see.
crowd.
Yeah,
that was the one where they were getting out of the way very well.
Oh, yes.
It made me. I told my wife I want to move to Finland. I like Finland.
It's too cold.
it's too cold. It's cold. I'm from Texas. No.
I know, right? You're from Brazil. It's too cold.
Andriano, we talked about, or I was supposed to say something about Croatia. Is there like a championship in Croatia that I don't know about, a world championship?
Yeah, Croatia is going to host the 2022 WFDF Team Tournament, Team Worlds Tournament,
Team Worlds
Championships.
Tournament in Croatia.
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys call WFDF? WFDF?
WFTF?
WFDF.
WTF.
WFTF.
Well, I'm blown away. I'm
The
sitting here blown away.
WFDF
I'm not
is the
expecting-
world's.
I'm just blown away. I'm just amazed at your involvement in what you've been doing for Brazil. I had no earthly idea. We had no knowledge whatsoever, so we went into this blind. But it sounds exactly what's up our alley, because we're all about, A, making people famous that love disc golf, and B, trying to help out the community in any way we can. And spreading the word of what you're trying to do is just the beginning. So, wow, I am very, very impressed. Thank you for what you do. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
Do you have
Thank
any
you
sponsors
for
or
having
anybody
us.
you want to thank before we take off tonight?
Yeah, I would love to thank everybody who helped us since the beginning, like TJ Cruz from San Diego with Kinetic Disc Golf, Ace Runners from Vancouver, the Vancouver Disc Golf Club, Daredevil, the Canadian Disc Golf Company, and everybody who donated all the discs and that came to Brazil to play our courses, and you guys having us and letting us spread the word.
Oh, you bet. It's our pleasure. Our pleasure. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll keep in touch. We're going to Brazil.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Also, pandemic disc golf.
Pandemic disc golf.
Disc
Yeah.
golf. Thank you,
Well,
Christiane.
anytime you need to come down to Texas, you have a place to stay as well. If you want to come down here and play in Houston and our area, you come on down and you give us a call. But I'm definitely going to get in contact with you,
very
get
much.
some mailing address that I get from you. We'll get that offline from you as well, and see what we can do with maybe sliding some discs down your way, if that's a simple solution to a small problem.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Very appreciate it. And same to you guys. You guys are always welcome here too.
You bet.
All right. Thank you.
Well, bye.
Take you up on that.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Peace.
Bye.
Wow. That was unexpected. I didn't see that coming whatsoever. When you hear stories like that and they're growing the sport and really trying, I have no idea. We live in a completely different part of the world, and we're all kind of in our own little bubble, what we've been bubbleized in, and to see this going global like that just kind of makes a little warmth in your heart there, to see people that put so much effort and care into the things that we love too.
Well, and we have, course every 15 minutes.
Get to pick.
We can go play disc golf on a course somewhere, and these guys, it's a special place because there aren't very many.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just overrun with people now playing these courses. These places are packed. It's crazy what's happening.
Well, it sounds like he has that same opportunity. Maybe have that place packed as well. I mean, I just can't imagine not having to see how beautiful it is.
Well, once you play, you know, you're hooked pretty much. Adriano said something like that. He said something earlier that I threw one time and I was hooked. That's pretty much how it was for me too. And then I was mad that I didn't know about it before. You know, as a kid, I wanted to grow up playing it. You know, but it didn't happen like that. You know. But Christiane, today, you're talking about getting your steps. These old guys played through because I had a bunch of discs. I was like, "Yo, go ahead." They were playing fast.
Old guys.
Yeah, too older than you, Chris. Two older gentlemen. Anyway, and so I started talking to him about disc golf, and the response was exactly what I'm seeing. You know, people are getting out of playing since COVID. You know, he said, I discovered it. My friend showed him, and here's this 75-year-old guy. And his buddy said, yeah, we're just getting in our steps. And he actually got out his, you know, his Fitbit or whatever. So they were actually getting steps in. But that's what's great about the sport. You get your steps in a beautiful place where there's nature, you know. That's it's hard to beat a sport like that.
And fellowship. I really enjoy the fellowship. Anything else? I've always told you, playing sports, I had a team-oriented thing. You were always around people, always talking, having fun, cutting up, getting to know them. To me, that's just as important as throwing that disc out in the air. Yeah. I know a lot of people during the tournament times, it's all focus and paying attention, but I'm not that type of player. And there's more of me than there are of them. And I think the fellowship is just wonderful. And we've met so many wonderful and great people, because a lot of times people tell you that you never meet friends as you get older. I met more friends now that I've gotten older than I knew when I was younger. And I was in the restaurant industry. And I know freaking everybody, you know, but truly friends. It's amazing at this age to still meet such wonderful people. I mean, our team's been wonderful. We already talked about that, but we meet wonderful people outside of this room all the time. And it's on the course. It's while we're playing. I know I saw the same thing. Matt and I played Sunday. I saw a family of 7 ranging from the ages of 5 to mom and dad. And they could have used the card, but they were just throwing the disc. Didn't matter whose turn. Didn't care. They were all having a great time. And then you could see Dad turn and watch everybody that was there to play the tournament. You could really see him focusing in on and kind of paying attention to saying, what are these guys doing? And you could see he was really interested, and they were having fun. I haven't seen that, and it's impressive to see. I really love it. I really, really love it.
I had one funny moment at Bear Branch when I was trying to get a quick round in, which you can't do anymore, especially on the weekend. So I'm trying to find my way and playing around, and I finally ended up giving up. But I'm on hole 17. Decided not to play it because they're soccer kids. You know, they're all down there. And so I just walked it. And there was a guy right in the middle of the fairway, and he's on the phone. And it's like one of those shows from the 50s. You know, he's like, yeah, there's 18 baskets out there, and these kids are just throwing it. He's talking about this guy on the phone. And as I'm walking by trying to play that hole, it's like, but that's where we're at. You know, he was the reporter. He's like, yeah, the 18 holes, and you just come and play. And that's what's happening. People are discovering that.
As he stands in the fairway.
Yeah, he was right in the middle of the fairway. Yeah, 18 holes.
Did we say good night to Christiane?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
We just need to say good night. I didn't know if we had or not.
Yeah, Christiane, I didn't say goodbye. We just sort of rambled.
I'm still here. I'm listening.
Okay.
I like this story.
Anyway, thanks for your connection to Brazil, golf in Brazil, and Andriano for joining us. Great seeing you.
We're gonna keep, like you say, we're gonna keep in touch, and we're gonna get this done. We're gonna make the dream come true.
Yeah, well, I'm in on the dream.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much for both joining. We're definitely keep in contact. I'll have y'all back on to see what's going on later on in the year. Thank y'all.
Awesome.
All right. Goodbye.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Wow.
Bye.
Incredible. I was feel fortunate to the people that we meet all the time, as I say, and that was just an amazing story with the bird. I keep just rabbit hole with you every time. It's amazing the things you and I run into, but then the things you run into are even stranger. It's just, I'm trying to catch a bird out of a tree is how the conversation started, and then we ended up in Brazil. So it's quite just the weird kinetic energy that the Fling Show has. I mean, one thing you've always said is the organic flow of what we do. It's just all natural. It kind of comes and we build upon that, kind of like the team that we have. But we should have Chrissy on now, Matt. Do we have Chrissy and Meredith on her own camera and everything? So you got your own camera as well. But before we go, I just kind of wanted to see what your thoughts are on the weekend and what's going to be coming forward, because you and I talked about your huge calendar moving forward, and I know Lisa said the same thing. So what are you looking forward to coming up?
Well, I got 2 weeks before Victoria, so and looking forward to that. I've never played it. And funny thing, I was at River Plantation throwing shots. That's where I've been practicing lately, and ran into this guy Mike. And he's like, "What do you got coming up?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go to the Victoria. I've never played it." He's like, "Oh, I have a house there. You can stay with me." I'm, great. So I was wondering, I actually was kind of curious what I was going to do. I mean, because you have to stay there. You can't make the drive back. It's like, what, 2.5 hours, 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a hook.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, thanks, Mike. That's great. So that's coming up, and mainly just working on that.
We had kind of come up with the dates, I think, for our first event that we're going to be throwing.
Yes. The Lucky Ace Fling race.
The Lucky Ace Fling race. Which we just introduced some more information. I had a great meeting with Jay. I love Jay. Jay is awesome. He is offered to team up with us again at Woods Edge Church for Mr. Tim Martin, the course which is named after that gentleman. But we're going to be doing a ace race again to help raise money for new baskets and new tee boxes at the church. Hopefully, Hemi's vision of a pitch and putt course is going to be finally envisioned as we move forward with this event as well. It looks like that we're going to be doing it in February. I don't want to say the exact date unless Hemi can remember it, because I can't. But I will be making an announcement about that for everyone to look at, because we have looked at the calendar, and we can't wait. Once again, it can be done the exact same way as we did last time. It was a great time. Wonderful participation. We were able to raise almost $1,300 with the help of Justin Ellsworth.
Yeah,
so
Justin helped a lot. Thank you.
Justin helped a lot so we're hoping to maybe build some more sponsorships that way to hopefully get some more money to get that event started. So that's going to be our first event of the year. And then we have also decided, and we're going to have to see what the ladies are thinking, the old guys are thinking, and the 16 and unders are thinking. But our first match play is going to be in the month of March.
One of those three, probably.
You're up next in our match play.
Probably ladies.
Every shot, every hole, every round live on the Fling Show. Y'all know that. So look forward to that in March. We'll be releasing that. It's just depending on the group that's going to be participating. So y'all know how that all works out as well. So those are things that we're going to be doing: the ace race, the match play, and in between them, we're going to be filming Texas State Dubs. Mr. MLP Productions, along with Lucky Acer, we're going to be doing that. And I know we'll be getting more filming in the Victoria Open and in any of the events that our members here at the Fling Show are participating in, to get y'all live coverages of that as well. So, Meredith, what you got going on before we leave tonight?
Well, super excited. We have our Chick States and Chains are going to be having a women's global event coming up. So stay tuned for those details. And the league will be starting up end of March to make sure that we have plenty of time and plenty of sunlight. So Chrissy, do you have anything going on in your area you want to talk about?
Well, like Lisa mentioned earlier, she has another clinic / kind of flex start mini coming up on Tuesday, I think is what she said. I'm kind of with Hemi though, kind of laying low this weekend, and then gearing up for Victoria the following weekend. And then I'll be joining you guys live from Las Vegas the week of the 22nd. So I can't wait for that. So yeah, the 2021 season it's here.
Taking the Fling Show on the road.
Get your wind.
That's right.
Right on. Woohoo!
Isn't it always windy out there?
I don't know. This is my first time, but if so, I got good practice at Sugarland this weekend.
You got a little taste.
Put more stable discs in the bag. That's my pro tip for windy days.
Windy days.
Hey, once I was warming up at a Kansas City wide open, and it was Rico Bambo. Rico, I can't remember his last name. He eventually won the tournament. The wind blew up to 40 miles per hour every day. It was a 3-day tournament. And we're warming up on this basket, but he's just popping them in to upside down AVRs. So you might consider an upside down shot.
I guess I'll add that to my putting practice lineup.
Yeah, and he won that weekend. So
and a thumber.
Nice.
Yeah, a thumber.
And a thumber. All right. Well, that's all I got, you guys.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Hey, great job tonight bringing Lisa on. Appreciate that so much. I know we know that you wish you had won this weekend, but Lisa also brought it home for the Austin area, which is just another wonderful thing as well for you ladies. Congratulations, well represented as well, and on to the next one.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right.
Hopefully, we'll see you at Victoria.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait, and I'm with you, Hemi. I've never played it either, so we'll we'll be in it together.
We'll have to get it sided in. Maybe I'll run into you.
I'm gonna be playing it blind. I don't even get a chance to go the day before. So.
Oh, all of us are same.
We're all in the same boat.
Y'all gonna play with blind tonight?
No.
Go Team Fling.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Y'all gonna win anyway. I got faith.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank y'all so much. We're a wonderful show tonight. We're an incredible event. The Fling Show just keeps getting bigger and bigger. International, who would have ever thought it? I would have never thought this 8 months ago that we'd be going international. That is for sure. And now we're going to Vegas. It's amazing how these things are happening. And I mean that as a team, because I look at us as a team and I take just as much pride in what y'all do as what I do. So if y'all are going, I feel like I'm going. Whether I'm there in spirit, and we're always going to be putting y'all forward and making sure that people know what y'all are doing. But until next time, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's nothing without you guys. We appreciate y'all, and as Henry always like to say before we leave,
be good to each other
and
peace.
Play
disc golf.
Play disc golf.
I forgot. I got so many sayings.
But that's the best one. Play disc golf. I like the peace one though. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Peace.
Peace. Be kind.
Hi, everybody.
Good night.